All right, wake up. The game starts in 12 hours. Well, I guess it's more like 10. The recap starts in 12 hours. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got ourselves a week. Huh? How's everybody doing? Oh boy. All right, let's get trying to get comfortable in this chair, man. The chair is comfortable. It's not the chair's fault. It's I worked my legs too hard at the gym this morning. Almost made myself pass out. Hey, scientist, how you doing, bud? So, as you come in, and we'll ask this question periodically. What's your secret to staying awake till 10 o'clock for the start of the game? Oh, happy birthday, scientist! Happy birthday. So, what's everybody's trick? I think I might actually take a nap because lately about 9:30, 10, well, on the games, on the nights where we don't have any games, I've been falling asleep pretty early, so staying awake until 10 for the damn start of the thing. Kickat says lots of coffee throughout the day and a nap or two, midday nap. Yeah, I think my nap's going to be more like 8 o'clock. If I pass out around 8, I guess I could try a midday nap, but I got videos, I got content, I got things I got to do. I can't almost gave something away there. So, um, Kickhead, the coffee throughout the day for me makes it worse though. Like at some point, it has the opposite effect if I have too much coffee during the day. Tim says nap. Craig, yeah, nap 2 hours prior to the start of the game. I think that's gonna be me. Is like maybe even like 6 o'clock. If I can get what I need to get done by 6, pass out in my chair, then I don't even have to worry about having Kyle wake me up. I can just take a nap for however long I need to. So that I think that's I had a crappy night's sleep last night. Like I was up every hour for no reason. Funky dreams too. Really, really crazy dreams. Like famous people were in the dreams. It was really weird. So I just one of my thoughts on the Blackwood trade. I didn't see. I know the trade happened. I didn't see what the compensation was, um, but unless whatever they gave up, unless it was just like a boatload, I think it's a good deal for the Avalanche. Blackwood has played well. Not spectacular, but you saw him against us. I mean, he's fully capable, and sometimes those younger goalies they just need a change of scenery, and then they do well. So Colorado's just right there. I mean, you're not going to expect Colorado to tank or anything. You would expect them to make the playoffs, but Blackwood is just one of those guys that just hasn't had the right team, the right chance. The Devils just gave up on him for whatever reason, and Colorado's won before with goalies that I mean they won with not was it Gru no it wasn't Grubauer. It was the I always forget the guy's name that they won with, that Colorado won with. Somebody will remember. Yeah, you guys have reminded me 1,000 times and I still forget the kid's name that Colorado won with. Hold on, I gotta blow this up because I got it dark in this room, so it's hard for me to see it. Here we go. Scientist says, why couldn't the Sharks have traded before our game on Saturday? Maybe we would have actually scored more than 3 goals, right? And a possible Kachuk caddy. Craig says the rumor is the Ducks trade Trouba to the Leafs. Good for okay. I mean, it's always interesting when one team is like the Rangers, were just like, get rid of this guy. And then if the Ducks can flip him, right? It could turn out to be a decent deal for them. But where's that salary going to go? Right? Are they going to retain salary? And what are the Leafs going to give up? right? I don't know. If I'm Toronto, do you look at Trouba and think that's the difference between beating the Panthers or not? Because the realistic point is that especially if you're in the Atlantic, the object is to beat the Panthers, right? All those years it was how do you beat Tampa Bay? Now it's how do you beat the Panthers? Is Trouba going to be that guy? I guess if they want somebody that's going to, knock Kachuk or knock Bennett's head off, but it didn't do the Rangers any good in the Eastern Conference Final, right? Craig says, "LOL, Stoley back to the Ducks." I would be very pleasantly happy with that trade if the Leafs took on Trouba and sent Stolars packing. I like that idea. I'm totally good with that idea. Absolutely. They don't even have to call me. The trade is approved. Scientists, I think we got a better chance of re-trading Kachuk for Huberdeau than we do of Toronto giving us back OEL. Not that I want Huberdeau back, but you get the point. They're not giving him. They sure as hell are not trading OEL to us. Even if they were last in the division and they were totally pulling a Nashville. Which, by the way, how does Bruno still have a job? They've lost 7 in a row. How does Andrew Brunette still have a job? And I'm not saying I want him to get fired. Like, I have nothing against him. But with the expectations that Nashville came into the season with and the moves they made in the offseason, how on earth does Brunette still have a job? You would have assumed by now, especially as once the losing streak got to 5, 6, but now it's at 7 games. I mean, I know sticking with your guy, but they've let it fester to the point now where, I mean, they might end up as one of the, well, not just one of the worst teams in the league. They better hope the Sharks and Ducks don't play decent because they could end up with the top pick in the draft. But I guess if they had the top pick of the draft and then they want, they're going to start selling players, right? They're going to start selling players. So we'll do Ekblad for Shen, Marchessault, and Stamkos. And then the fourth line will be Stamkos with Marchessault and Samoskevich. I'm kidding. Greg says, but how glad are we as Cat fans not to have Bruno as the coach? I still remember people were very upset when we let him go. I was on the fence when that happened because on one hand, Bruno did guide us through, that situation with Q. But on the other hand, Bruno's only job was nothing, right? Like when Q got fired, Bruno's only job was don't screw this up. And that worked until we ran into, Tampa in the playoffs. And then he didn't have any answers, kind of like he's not having any answers now, right? Someone says if we're trading Ekblad to Nashville, it had to be very soon. Nashville would be looking to flip Ekblad. So that's a good point. That's a good point. Right. Yeah. Like, why would they want him? Right. Yeah. But Craig says, yeah, that sweep was his end. Yep. Absolutely. Well, the 1 for 30. I mean, we were like 1 for 28 on the power play against the Capitals or something like that. And then he didn't make any changes. Like, he just refused to make any changes. But it'd be interesting to see. You got to figure somebody like Marchessault is going to say, hey, let me the hell out of here. right? Not that we have any need for Marchessault back, really. There wouldn't be any, you know, where, right? I mean, I guess if you wanted to play imaginary games, but then you still got Rodriguez. So even if you put Marchessault with Bennett and Kachuk, and you put Rodriguez on the third line, I guess what's your fourth line going to be? You can't have Samoskevich and Boquist on the fourth line. Then you got Samoskevich off the ice. Silva says if Q was coach, we would have gotten past Tampa. Well, I don't think we would have gotten swept. That's for sure. That was such a crazy season, man. So many of those games were winning 7-4, 8-3, 6-5. It was just that fast break running on offense we had. That was a sight to behold for sure. So, but yeah, I think I'll smell a nap later on. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all 3 10:00 games. Let me look at this real quick. I'm hoping I can. We got the Kraken tonight, and then we got the Canucks, and then we got the Flames. So see, if I was gonna miss a game, I would have not minded missing the Kraken game, because I hate to miss the Canada games. So I'll try my best to gut it out and see how that goes. Cordial says, "Good afternoon. Make sure I have some tacos today." Steven says, "Perhaps Bruno still has a job only because nobody better is available." Well, the interesting thing is it my imagination? Again, forgive me. This is one of those things that I think happened when my brain was a mess. But did I or did I not see something that Q had been approved to be reinstated by the league? Did I see that at some point? The irony being, wouldn't it be hysterical if Q was hired over Bruno? Scientist says Blackwood, Smith in the 5th round, 2027 for Georgiev. Oh, they sent Georgiev on his way. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. I still like the deal. I still think that's a good deal. Yeah. So I could probably convince Nick from Twisted Wrister. Well, we got something coming up, Silva, where Nick's gonna be in need, but I can't talk about that just yet. Kyle's good to go anyway for all these games, but we have something coming up in the next couple of weeks where Nick will be utilized. We'll put it that way. This is Sharks territory now, right? Okay, so yeah, Q was cleared, and then when the Oilers hired Bowman. So I think things to complete the cycle. I think Nashville should fire Bruno and hire Q. I mean, wouldn't that be God? That would be theater. Oh man! And look. I mean, at least Nashville is a place. I don't know how people are going to feel if he actually eventually gets a job back. I mean, he's kind of old anyway, right? I mean, he was old when we hired him, right? So I don't know. I mean, I would assume that he got cleared thinking somebody would eventually be willing to hire him. So I don't know. But that would be kind of. Silva said, no. Bruno becomes assistant coach to Q. Right. That's a good point. Yeah. Kenneth. No way. Kenneth says Dubas to the Panthers if I want drama. No. Dubas is good. I'm sorry that you guys lost him. Dubas is elsewhere. Right? Scientist says the Nashville downfall has to be studied. I know. It's crazy. Like, I mean, they did so well last year. Now, I haven't watched them play, but how do you get that much worse? I mean, Stamkos was still good when he was in Tampa, right? But sometimes athletes, they stay a little bit too long. I don't understand that. Like that's a good word for it. It's got to be studied. It's like, how did they get that bad so fast? Vincent says, to me, Trotz and Q represent extreme opposites in game style. Yeah. Yeah, it was, I don't want Dubas anywhere near Florida, right? Rangers lost to Chicago at home last night. Well, I guess we can't say nothing, though, right? Because we lost to Chicago, too. Although we were in Chicago, right? Yeah. As long as Q doesn't go to Boston. Steven says, I guess they need to book them tickets to the Sphere and then cancel it on them again, right? Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That's right. What a weird situation that is. But if Brunette, I don't understand how he still has a job. I mean, I think they're 7-15-6, and they've lost 7 in a row. That's just brutal. Silver says, for all of you who want Ekblad to be re-signed, how well did that strategy work for Pittsburgh and Toronto? Right. Well, I mean, yeah, especially for Pittsburgh. I think a lot, we'll find out a lot when whatever we pick up during the trade deadline. I've said it a million times. If we can get somebody good enough, right? I mean, let's put it this way. Because we have Forsling, all we really need next to him is a legitimate top 4 defenseman, right? We don't need Cale Makar next to him. So if we could pick up a legitimate top 4 defenseman at the trade deadline, which we need anyway, then you use Ekblad's money to sign that guy to be Forsling's pair, and then you still have the situation of needing to have a new guy for Mikkola, right? Dubas would hand Ekblad an 8x8 and wonder why our decor sucks. Or Talon. Well, Talon's the one that gave him the contract he has now. The Rangers have not solved their issues. No, they have not, Kenneth. No, they have not. You know, every once in a while, we've talked about this, right? Some teams have a ceiling, right? Some teams just hang around and are good for a long time, but never look at the Canes. How many years have the Canes been? It's their year. It's got to be their year. This has got to be. I mean, the Canes have just been hanging around, but they can't get past the other teams. Steven says, I am on Team Ekblad walking. He just doesn't have any foot speed, and now his offense is all but gone. Craig says, Ekblad is fine at a second pair at a pay rate. At a pay call. Yeah, right. At a pay. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Then after the trade, Ekblad's beard turns black again, right? Right? Yeah, Craig, I mean, I get what you're saying, but would they do it? Like, would they drop him down? Would Maurice do that? I just don't know. You know, because even if he stays, you're going to kind of end up overpaying unless he's going to take like $3-4 million. But then what money do you have to get a top guy, you know, unless you make that trade? Silver says, yeah, that wasn't Talon's fault. I put money on Ekblad being as good as Makar if he wasn't made of glass. Yeah, no, I understand. I get it. It's we've had some luck that way, right? Look at the Spencer Knight situation, right? When Zito gave Knight that money, we were all like ready to kick Bob out the door and just anoint Spencer Knight the starter now, you know? Vincent says we're going to have $2.5 million at the deadline. We need more than one player to add Ekblad bye-bye or short playoff hello. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you think now, Vincent, you're saying now. What are we going to have to? Well, I don't know. How the hell did the Rangers? It must be because the Ducks are going to flip Trouba. That's the only thing that makes any sense of why the Ducks gave the Rangers anything for Trouba and no salary was retained. Because they ain't worried about salary over there. So that's nothing for them. Caleb says they still believe Ekblad can be that elite D-man they dream of. Maybe about 5 nights a year. Maybe about 5 nights a year. You see glimpses of what he could have been. Craig says if it was his choice, he might be okay to stay and continue with the team competitive for cups, right? Oh yeah, scientist. Bennett is getting signed. If we trade Sam Bennett, I will light all of this on fire. If we trade Sam Bennett, or even let Sam Bennett walk, I can't. All those jerseys. If we let Sam Bennett walk and sign Ekblad, the whole rack of jerseys, just that'll be my highest rated video ever. Hey, I ain't even reading that, Silva. I ain't even reading that. Don't leave out Silva in that. Don't leave out Nick Bukestad hurting his back. Vincent says Ducks have over 21 million in cap space now. Jesus. Caleb says Bruins hand here. You guys have to keep Bennett. Yeah, no, Bennett can't go anywhere. Bennett, he's so key. I love Lundell, but totally different player, totally different situation. You know, it's the combination of the two that is what really makes us so good. Yeah, we got Barkov and all that's great. We have a top line that is obscene, but you throw Bennett out there, beat the crap out of teams, and then the next line is Lundell and Luosterainen and whoever they put next to him, and it's just a lot. And especially last year when the fourth line was really kicking ass. Vincent said that makes 65 at deadline. Wait, you mean they would have 65 million? How would they have? I believe it. Just send us Gudas back. Yeah, why don't they just send us Gudas back? Since they don't need anything, why don't they send us back Gudas? Sordif for Gudas, but they got to retain the salary. Is that enough? Is Sordif enough for Gudas? They ain't going to win anything while he's there. He's only got however many years left. They're not going to be ready to win while he's still there. I know he's the captain and all, but Sordif for Gudas. I mean, can you imagine a Mikkola Gudas pair? Holy shit. Can you imagine a Mikkola Gudas pair? Kenneth says no team is trading their captain except the Rangers, right? Except the Rangers, yeah. That's what I mean. It's like you can say nobody's going to do it, but it's like 5 minutes ago, right? Vincent says when Nietzsche comes to Florida, E2 will return as 4C. That would be nice. I mean, E2 at 4C would be spectacular. Except I don't know what his face-off percentage is now. That was his biggest problem, right? And he hasn't exactly had a lot of practice. I see Steven said, I need to see more from E2 for $3 million, although I'm also aware we can't shed him without upsetting the other Finns. Yeah, Luosterainen's not going anywhere. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying about $3 million and wanting more production, but it works. You know what I mean? Especially on the PK, it just works. So it says if I had to take one line from each year's Panthers and put them together to win the Cup, which 4 lines from which 4 Panthers teams? Well, so Stenlin, that's tough because as much as I love Lomberg and Cousins, I would go Stenlin, Lomberg, Lorentz as the 4th line. The 3rd line would be Lundell, Lusterine, and Reinhardt from the President's Trophy season. I would put together Barkov with Verhaeghe and Tarasenko as the top line. And then Bennett, Kachuk, Cousins? Is that wishful thinking? Who else did we have up there? I guess Rodriguez could be. You could put Rodriguez. Right, Meadow says, and Buffalo. Yeah, about the trading of the captains. Yeah. No, I know, Kenny. You're not wrong. It's rare midseason, but these things happen in threes, right? Does Buffalo even count at this point? Oh, they have to be lines that actually existed. Okay, well, Silva, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Game 7 4th line was Stenlin, Lomberg, and Lorentz. I believe that was the 4th line. Or was it Okposo? I know Lomberg played. I know Stenlin played. Was it Okposo or Lorentz in Game 7? And the 3rd line was that was a real line. Did Tarasenko at all play with Barkov and Verhaeghe? They moved him around. So you think it was Okposo? Yeah, all right. So yeah, Stember, Lomberg, Okposo. Right. So then it's just, I think I got lines that existed. I know at some point you don't think Tarasenko was ever on the top line ever. You're blowing it. All right, Duclair, F it. Duclair with Barkov and Verhaeghe as the top line. Bennett, Kachuk, Cousins, right? And then the other 2 lines. Amanda says Tarasenko wasn't doing great in Detroit. Glad we didn't sign him. Yeah, he's a rental. You know what I mean? Guys get to a certain age, they're only going to play hard, especially beginning of the season when, trust me, Tarasenko gets picked up by a good team. He'll turn it on. He probably will get dealt anyway. Hey, Nick, how's your shoulder? SoFlo says Tarasenko wasn't doing great with us, so yeah, he was all right. Hey, at least we didn't give up a first and Sam Miskevich for him. You know what I mean? And we did win the Cup, so there's that. Right? He's no Claude Giroux, right? Really? True, you dislocated your shoulder in your sleep? Metal says Detroit isn't doing great, though. He's not getting much help, right? Did Larkin request the trade? Trade texted me the other day. I never know if he's trolling me or not, because I any day now he's ready to trade Sam Miskevich. Did Larkin request the trade? Not that I want Dylan Larkin. Trey says it was fake news, but not because of me. What'd you do? Read something on Twitter? Oh, it was a crazy rumor? I got you. Okay. Yeah, my brother got taken by one of those articles once. It was one of those, if you ever got the notifications where they'll say Tua traded to the Jets or whatever, and then when you read it, it's a hypothetical trade situation. Well, he got taken, and over the summer, he was just like, Tua just got traded to, it was like some stupid shit. And he was all excited, and I'm like, brother, Tua didn't get traded. So it was a crazy rumor. Gotcha. SoFlo says, so did the Dolphins pull off the classic 10-7 season, missing the playoffs by the tiebreaker and plummeting our draft spot? Yes, obviously, SoFlo. It's set up perfectly. And then the best part about it is it will give everybody an excuse for them to keep Greer and keep things the way they were. Goes to say, well, if we were 10-7, if Tua wouldn't have missed those games, we probably finished 12-5 and make the playoffs, forgetting the part where the reality is we just can't beat any other good teams. Jameson, yeah, finally some normal start time games for the Panthers. Enjoy it while it lasts, Jameson. That's okay. You deserve to actually watch the game at a real time. The rest of us will suffer. Silver says, my lines would have been for Hagee, Barkov, Reinhardt, Cousins, Bennett, Kachuk, the 2022 second line. Third line, Hornquist and Lundell. Then Lockwood, Stenlin, Gadjevich. Have you lost your complete senses, Silva? We ain't winning the cup with Lockwood and Gadjevich on the ice. What? Oh, man, come on. Dude, what are you smoking? And there was Hornquist. What was it? Lundell, Luosterainen, and Hornquist? Lockwood, Stenlin, Gadjevich. What? Kenneth, yeah, we saw that. Gorgiev to the Sharks, Blackwood to the Avs. That's a good move for Colorado. Absolutely. Vincent says it's like flying Fluffy. You earn 10,000 subs in 10 years. Who's going to believe that exactly? You know how we were talking about yesterday? How I said subs are moving in the same direction? Since I said that, I lost 6 subscribers. I'm not even making that up. Since yesterday's stream where I said subscribers are moving in the right direction, literally have lost 6 subscribers. And I'm not making it up. I looked this morning and all I could do was just laugh my ass off. Metal says you're right. We'll win 6. Chucky Bennett, Samuskevich, yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry, True. Jason Todd says LOL Avs should pay us for Blackwood since we put him on the map. Right? Yeah. Colorado watched that game and said, hey, I know how we can beat the Panthers if we meet them in the finals. Right? It's true, though. Damn, Nick, I'm sorry, man. You actually dislocated your shoulder sleeping? I get it. I get it, man. I don't think of it. I don't know how you actually physically dislocated it while sleeping, but I don't know. Maybe you were doing something else in the bed. No, just 6. Just 6, Vincent. Just 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I lost 60 or 600, if I lost 600 subscribers in a day, I would I don't even want to know. Yeah, exactly, Silva, Colombia. Oh, Vincent says just wait a bit. Yeah, that's all right. It's okay. I can handle it. What more can they do to me? Right? I mean, seriously. The karmic gods around this channel got together and said, why don't we do this? We'll have them wait 8 seasons, and then when they win the cup, the dog dies. Right? I mean, it's like, what more can they do to me? You know what I mean? I'm just showing up every day. That's my gig. I just showing up every day. Silva says, I remember really liking that line when it happened, definitely more than I like when Lawrence and Okposa were out there. I mean, I guess it was nice for a day. Like, it's, you know, how they put those lines together and they're good for a couple of games and then reality sets in. But I get it. I'm not even reading Trey's comment. I'm not even reading that. I'm not even reading that. Nope. Not even reading that. Drew says, I fell asleep with my shoulder on the arm of the couch. Getting old. Oh, man. Yeah, getting old it is a piece of work. It definitely is. The good thing about it, though, Nick, is that the pains, like, they just randomly appear, and just as fast they disappear. Like yesterday, my left knee was absolutely murdering me. and wake up this morning, it's fine. It's fine. It's like nothing. So I don't know. Silva says Okposo was really slow and Lawrence was nothing with a nothing burger of a player. Would rather get Greer than Lawrence. Well, you asked me which ones I would rather have. It was your game. But I didn't think about Lockwood and Gadjevich. I certainly didn't think about Lockwood. I see, true, right? Craig says Tippett to Boston might be worse. Would the Flyers really do that? Honestly, it'd probably be Tippett to Calgary since that's where all the old ex-Panthers go anyway, right? Philadelphia is not helping anybody out in the Eastern Conference, right? It'd be Tippett to Calgary. So as I'm defending my picks. Hey, true. At least the back's bothering you less. That's good. That's good. Metal said Lawrence has been doing really well in Toronto. He was okay. I wasn't impressed with him at the beginning of the year. Then when Maurice put him in the playoffs and he had fresh legs, he looked pretty good, I thought. Hey, we won the cup, right? We won the cup. Kind of feel bad for Nick Cousins, though. Like, would we have not won the cup had Cousins been on the ice instead of Okposo? Like, is that the difference? Right? Like, Cousins just, like, killed himself for however long he was with us. And then, like, you know. Scientist says Lomberg, Stenlin, Cousins, fourth line, speed, grit, and penalties. Oh, my God. That's true. That's very, very true. But with Lomberg, it was worth it. Cousins belonged with Bennett and Kachuk. If Cousins would have just had a little bit more scoring ability, like 10% more scoring ability, or at least passing ability, anything. If he just had a smidgen of enough talent to distribute the puck, that would have been just a monster line. Yeah, True says it's a dirty game come playoff time. That's for True. Trey says the Lightning 2030. Lundell with Tippett. I'm banning. I'm putting Trey in timeout. That's it. I'm not putting. Yeah, exactly. Anyone going to ban Trey? Thank you, Kenneth. Even the Leaf fans understand. What the hell? Ban Trey. Jeez, I don't want to ever see that again. My God. Oh, Jesus. Don't even get me started. You know what sucks is we could have that line now. The Panthers could have that line right now. But that's okay. I like Luosterainen. The back wall is clearly lacking the support of Sharks. Just one picture. Hold on. Where's the... hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, I got it in the bedroom. Hold on. Please pause for station identification. I know I got something right in here. Come on now. Where is it? Did I put it in the bedroom? Hold on. I'm here. I'm looking for something. Oh, wait. Is this it? No, that's not it. Where the hell? I don't even have a San Jose Sharks hat, but I had some art of a shark. It's not up? No, that's the Panther. Hold on, I'm coming back. What the hell did I do with it? It must not be in here. Damn it. It ain't in here. I don't have it in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is it in here? Ah, here we go. All right. Hold on a second. I'm coming. I knew I had something. I got to get a frame for it. Let me see. Is it going to be in the? Oh shit. Yeah, it'll be in the. Will it be? Yeah, it will. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Can that stay there? I got to get a frame for it. It ain't going to stay. It's going to fall. Wait. It's very precariously there, but shit. Damn it. All right, well, I got to get a frame for it. I got to get a frame for it. It's over here now on the chair. I got to get a magazine frame for it. That scared the shit out of me. All right. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Yeah, we're going to need a bigger wall. No, I know. Vincent. Fully expecting Jaws to come back with a full shark costume. That's one I don't have. I don't have a shark costume. I got a unicorn. I got a Sasquatch. I got one other one. But I don't have a shark. Damn it, I was hoping that was going to stay too, but now I'm going to have to get a frame, but I can't cover up the Stanley Cup champion thing. There's not a lot of other space. I can't see my whole screen here. If I put it like right here, you could see it. Okay. What the hell do you want?
I wanted to say hello.
Okay, good. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Well, I'm not exactly dressed to be on camera.
No, but well, okay. He's in his pajamas, so he won't be on camera. So go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah. I was saying hello. I was telling you the good news.
What?
That
We sold $1,000 book.
no. Fantasy.
I need $1,000. I don't have money to pay my bills. Send $1,000. Go ahead, Kyle.
So in fantasy football, I forgot that
This is what I did with all day long. All day long. Go ahead. I know you have to get it out.
I lost my game this
Lost
week,
your game.
But I apparently still had tiebreaker with my divisional opponent. So I still won my division and get the first week playoff bye as the second seed.
So that means I get a whole week where you won't be talking about fantasy football? Because I get a bye week too now. Watch out. Don't knock my camera over. You can't afford that.
Yeah.
As it is, I'm going to have to steal your silver.
Heads off the silver.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, would this fit in here? I don't think so. Hey,
Hey,
go outside. You know the box of frames that we have underneath the shed, underneath the thing here? Here, don't get it wet. Find me a frame for that.
I still never even read this.
I know, but we have two of them. I don't know where the second one is. It might be in my drawer. But find me a frame for that.
All right.
We should have. We got that whole box of frames. We should have.
Okay.
Okay, just don't get it wet.
All right. Is it raining out there?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, don't get it wet. It was foggy. Don't lay it down on anything. It was all moist.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Have fun.
Okay. All right, I'm back. Our pajama pants and a tee. Yeah, he's half the time he never gets out of his pajamas. Right? Yeah. Yeah, he's very particular about how he looks on camera. You know, he's not old, right? It is what it is. I saw some guy today at the gym. I saw an advertisement for a website where like you can buy like entire matching outfits, like even with the shoes and everything. And this guy must have done that and showed up at the gym. Now I'm colorblind, but I know orange when I see it, okay? And it was a full, bright orange, pumpkin colored, the full tracksuit. the full pants, the full with the hoodie. He had on the white t-shirt underneath, this big gold chain on the outside of his suit, tracksuit, and then he had like the biggest, obviously brand new, the high tops, like the real fat looking high tops. And he was just like at the Chestertown YMCA at 7:00 in the morning, decked out like he was at an upper echelon gym in New York. It was something to see. It was something to see, man. I gotta tell you. Trey says my fantasy name team is the Cocoa Beach Raw Dog. Yeah, that's Trey. That's Trey. No, his actually it's not Baby Sharks, it's Jaws Jr. Close enough, Trey. Close enough. It's not Baby Sharks, it's Jaws Jr. He said maybe the website had a cool jingle and he couldn't resist. Do I think Kachuk likes bagels? I like bagels. I could eat a whole thing of bagels. Give me all the bagels and all the cream cheese. Like I shouldn't because I get fat, but if you give me the choice between donuts and toasted bagels and cream cheese, bagels and cream cheese all day long. Oh, we got something?
Yeah, you might have to find a different backing for it.
Oh, let me see.
It's big enough.
Let me see it. No, the backing should. Oh, I see. But I could make a backing. What is it? Stuck on here? Turn on the light. Turn on the light so I can see what I'm doing. First off, give me this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I might need a mat for it. Yeah, it's a little bit. I'm gonna have to get some. Wasn't there that box of? Was that a box of paper? Different colored paper that I gave you?
I have no idea.
All right, I'll have to put something together. But this, we got a frame. We got a frame for the Jaws thing. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, the wire's on the wrong side. It's meant to frame to hang that way.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of this way. And it is falling apart. This is the only thing we got.
The only thing that's big enough and I think still has its glass.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to figure it out because I don't know if that's thick enough for the magazine. All right, thanks.
Okay.
All right, I'll put that there. That way it can fall later and break into a million pieces. Turn off the light though, please. Thank you. Okay.
All right. That's fun.
Yep. Nick says, sounds like the guys who come to my gym and don't put their stuff back when they're done, right? Jaws Arts and Crafts. I actually worked at an arts and crafts store once. It was a place, there's no way it's still there. This was I believe it was in Sunrise. It was called Floral Supply Mart. It was like out there in those shops west of University. It was called Floral Supply Mart. I worked there for about 6 or 7 months, and they wanted to promote me to manager, but I moved on. But yeah, I literally was in charge of like, not say decorating, but like the displays, which was really interesting being that I was colorblind. But the displays would come like, you got 6 boxes, make a display with all of this. So yeah, I used to play with flowers. That was one of the last real jobs I had. Scientist says, you think Bobby will get one time by Montour? Will be ready to get one torn by Mom? I'm going to try this again. What? Silva's trying to kill me. Lawson Krause to Tampa with jars in the ER. Yes. Scientist says, do I think Bobby will be ready to get one time by Montour tonight? It's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. I mean, Tippett got 2 goals in 25 seconds. What do you think Montour is going to do? Right? Kenneth, merchandising. I did that too. Now, you're not wrong about that, but I did the other merchandising. I worked for a place. What the hell? Party Goods Supply. Yeah, Party Goods Supply. And they, like, if you go to Publix and you see the section where they got like the streamers and the birthday candles and all of that stuff, I would leave Hollywood. I was living in Hollywood. I'd leave Hollywood at 3 a.m. I'd pick up the truck in Sunrise at about 4:30. And then I would drive to all the Publixes and going through the back door and take care of the displays and all that. I did all that crap. Now I couldn't even drive that. I wouldn't be able to make all those drives because of all the bridges. True says, you're going on 9 years running the gym. I can't believe how fast it went. Yeah. Yeah, man. I remember. Oh, geez. Trey says, let's get Kyle addicted to fantasy hockey. No, please, God. Trey, the only way he can be in fantasy hockey is if you are the one he's talking to. Fantasy football is only 1 day a week. I am not dealing with that shit every day. He gets so worried about his lineup. So if you want to get him addicted to fantasy hockey, that's fine. You better get him his own cell phone to call you because he's going to be calling you. That's it. Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Sabres fan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, Trey. Exactly. No way. I had no way I'm getting that kid involved in fantasy. That's every day. The kids don't have my team anyway. Mahura going to score too. Is that where he is, Metal? Is that where Mahura is? Well, I don't want him back. So it says we should be looking to get about 5 points on this road trip. Seattle and Calgary should be wins. Minnesota, Edmonton, and Vancouver would be harder. If we can get 6 or 7 points, that'd be great. Yeah, it's 6. I like 6. Trey says, how much is my sanity worth? Surely a cell phone bill. I already paid a kid's cell phone bill. No. He has a phone. He could call you. That you're gonna want to be able to block his number. You're gonna want to be able to block his number. He gets so worried about it. Especially his lineup moves, the waiver wire, the lineup moves. But it paid off, right? He so far he's in first place in the league with half my players. When we drafted, he drafted right after me. Now, the draft was only 14 rounds. 6 times. 6 out of the 14 times. Actually, really 6 out of the first 10 rounds, because by the end, I didn't care. 6 of the first 10 rounds, the player that I had in my queue to draft, he took with the pick before me. And he didn't know. He didn't know. 6 times he did it. Bastard. Drew says, Didi said Barkov and Kachuk should open up a bar called Barchuk. I think he should open up. I think Kachuk should open up a series of chicken restaurants called Chicken Chuck. Chicken Chuck fried chicken. Come on, who doesn't want Chicken Chuck fried chicken? That just sounds good. If the song, hey, mark this. Somebody mark this. That's it. If he does it, I get 10%. I get 10% of the gross. Not the net either, Chucky. All right? I'm already the only reason you got traded to Florida. You could have sent me a bone, man. You could have come to the house with the cup, damn it. Come on, man. Chicken Chuck fried chicken. Trey says, we're having a Flying Fluffy fantasy league next year. Well, we did. I did. But my dumbass didn't make it private. I didn't realize a bunch of people would join a league that had nothing to do with the league. With, you know what I mean? So, but they did. So that was my stupid mistake. What if Keith opens? I still get 10%. It's my idea, damn it. That's it. Tikka Bobs. I like that. Kachuk. Well, you see, it's pronounced Kachuk. So Kachuk Bobs, but Chucka Bob. I like Tikka Bobs still. Tikka Bobs actually sounds right, even though that's not the way his name is pronounced. Silva says our biggest test as a team will be Minnesota and Edmonton. Minnesota is the best surprise team in the league. Are you sure Minnesota's the surprise team and not Washington? We positive about that? I kind of think maybe Washington's a bigger surprise. Not that Minnesota's not good, but the fact that the Capitals are where they are right now, I don't know anybody that saw that coming. Pronounced kebabs, right? It can be chuck chuck. Chuck chuck, chuck chuck chicken. Chuck chuck chicken. Chuck chuck chicken. I want that idea too. Any play on words with chicken and Chuck, if he opens up a restaurant, 10%. 10%. I'm not even kidding, Chucky. I know you're watching. Okay? 10%. Don't get cheap. Of the gross, not the net. I need money. Silva says Washington made the playoffs last year and had a great base. Minnesota last year was completely floundering and didn't make substantial changes. All right, that's fair. That's fair. You're right. But I kind of felt Washington made it last year just on the back of how Ovechkin was playing at the end. But you're right. You're right. No doubt. Trey says I was saying that to Jaws because the accidental public league he's referring to was football. Yeah, I what do I know? Let's put it this way. Next year, Kyle's in charge of all that shit. That's how I'm going to get out of it. Next year, Kyle's in charge of all of that. And he can just tell me when the draft is, and I can take his freaking players. And then, of course, the one player I did get after the first couple of weeks, I actually drafted Jonnu Smith. And after the first couple of weeks, I said, we suck. And I dropped them, and Kyle picked them up. So Nick says, did I see Tom Wilson's face after getting hit by a puck? No, I didn't see that. I didn't. Well, I don't want to say anything bad, like anybody has bad karma coming to them. But if anybody deserved to get hit in the face with a puck, it's Tom Wilson. Let's put it that way. Trey says, I bet if Kyle was addicted to fantasy hockey, he'd do some of the noon lives. He'd probably do his own, fantasy hockey lives. It might not be a bad idea for him. Then he'll know some of the players, the other team's players when he's calling the game. Right? I'm just trying to get him to do enough so I can retire. I'm tired. I just want to go fishing. I just want Kyle to make enough money so I can just go fishing and film it, and that'll be my job, is the fishing channel. You know what I mean? I worked enough. I've been working for 40 straight years. I'm tired. That's true. Yeah, half baseball too, right? Jay says, I'll commission the league, the hockey league. It's one responsibility I'll agree to take. All right. I'll talk to him about it. You'll have to talk to him about it because any idea I have, I'm dad. So it's immediately interpreted as work, right? Hey, Alechka. So you start, that's what we were asking. Yeah. I was asking what people's strategy was going to be to stay awake until 10 o'clock for the start of the game. Most said naps. Some said coffee like Alechka. I can't do the coffee all day. It won't do me any good. I have to have very strictly timed coffee. So I'm probably about 6 o'clock. If I can get my work done, about 6 o'clock, I'll pass out and then hopefully wake up at 8. If I can get a 2-hour nap, I'll be good to go. And then we'll see what happens in the morning. That's really the hard thing. Because usually, game starts at 7. The recap's up at about 10:30, quarter to 11, which means 11, 12, 1:30, quarter to 2. Am I doing that math right? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I might be able to get into bed by 2. I might be able to get to bed in by 2. Yeah, Cuban coffee. Oh man, just the heart palpitations already. Yeah, exactly. Let's just say, I know what you mean, Jaws. My heart will beat out of his chest, but it's okay. They better win tonight. Well, it's okay for you because you're not once we get to a certain age, if our heart starts beating the wrong way, we never know if that's the end. You know, we never know. It's like, there's been more than one time, let's put it this way, where I've had heart palpitations to the point where I'm like, open up the phone and like get the 911 ready to press. I've done that about 2 or 3 times in the last few years with the heart palpitations. It's true. It's not funny, but it's funny because it's not funny. It's like there's the normal heart palpitations, and then there's the one that won't go away, and you start getting really weirded out. And one of those, like Fred Sanford, Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you. Right? True says, I've done that too with 911. Yeah, I've had it. I've done it. I've done it. Right? Is what it is. My biggest worry about it is funny. I could be sitting in the room having a heart attack, and if Kyle's asleep, my biggest concern is after I call 911, like Kyle's going to wake up the paramedics in the house, Let's go says the one that makes you cough. Yeah. Jay, Vietnamese coffee shops are basically a Starbucks and a Hoot. If Starbucks and a Hooters had a baby. Nice. On that note, all right. I got to go do my eBay pack and ship. Hopefully Kyle's ready for me. Thank y'all for hanging out. We will 9:45. 9:45. 9:45. We'll be there. And for everybody that is awake. All right. There's a $300 admission tonight, though. The 10 o'clock games have a $300 admission. I left that out. So there's what do you want? Huh? What do you want? It's the time of the month where the credit card bills come due, so I get a little wonky. All right, everybody. Yep. Go get your naps. We'll see you tonight.